So what is the scale of this smoking epidemic that faces India today? A new study by the Center for Global Health Research shows India loses 104 people every hour to smoking. And the numbers are rising. Because unlike the developed world, which has woken up to the extent of damage, awareness levels in India are still dismal. And making this scenario worse is the fact that most victims of smoking in India are in the prime of their lives. The next time you light that cigarette, think again. India loses 9.9 lakh people every year due to smoking. That's a scary 104 deaths every hour. If we don't heed now, come 2010, this will become 10 lakh deaths a year, 114 deaths every hour. It's the finding of a new study, the most comprehensive ever done on the impact of smoking in India. The study by the Center for Global Health Research at the University of Toronto covered over 1 million homes across the country and has come out with some startling findings. 70% of smokers who will die will all be between the ages of 30 and 69. And contrary to what is widely believed, it's not cancer that is the major cause of smoking-related deaths in India, it's tuberculosis. 38% of deaths are due to TB, cancer a second at 32%.
Almost all studies on smoking were conducted in Western countries, and they started in 50s, large studies, when the relationship between smoking and lung cancer became known. By that time, however, what happened was that TB was completely gone from these countries. So there was no TB, so there was no report on the association of smoking with TB. This is a national study. So it takes into account data from every corner of India, and these are representative. So that is why this becomes extremely important for bureaucrats and public health officials to pay real serious attention.
Currently, worldwide, over 5 million people are dying of tobacco-related illnesses. This, the WHO says, will rise to over 8 million in the next 20 years, with the maximum deaths coming from low and middle-income group countries like India, Bangladesh and Indonesia. One of the ways countries like the US and the UK are trying to counter the so-called tobacco epidemic is through tough laws, like a ban on smoking in public. But in India, while such a law exists, it's blatantly flouted. Even around schools and colleges, vendors openly sell cigarettes to underage teens. To add to this, our government has decided against using very strong pictorial warnings like these on cigarette packs. Though it's stronger warnings like these which have proved effective in the fight against tobacco in other countries. For instance, in China, the percentage of those who stubbed the butt went up from 2% to 9% after these pictures were displayed on cigarette packs. In UK, 40% smokers quit in the last 10 years. Even in Indonesia, high on the nicotine map, 15% smokers quit in the last decade. Compared to that, in India, the quit rate remains the lowest in the world. Only 2% adults have quit smoking, often only after falling ill. Experts say it's even more critical to use pictures in India, given that 50% of those smoking can't read, and many are unaware of the harmful effects of tobacco.
All our studies show that Indian public is totally unaware of the harmful effects of tobacco. And that small little warning that is there, most people can't read. Though even those who read, they can't relate it to anything serious. And with the result that nobody thinks twice while initiating or continuing the tobacco use. But if there are appropriate pictorial strong warning labels, again we did the research and we found out that most tobacco users said that yes, if such pictures are there, they would think about their tobacco use.
If you look at the big picture, this is what it shows. Smoking, an entirely preventable habit, accounts for 1 of every 10 deaths in India. And most of the people who are dying of smoking fall in the age group of 30 to 69 years, the most productive age group in any population. As we said at the outset, the next time you light that cigarette, think again. In Mumbai, Shai Venkataraman for NDTV.